Kids under 16 in Australia will no longer be able to access accounts on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, X, Threads, and Facebook, as Australia becomes the first country in the world to enact a ban on social media users aged under 16. The under 16 users can't set up new accounts, and existing profiles are also being deactivated. Australia's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese delivered a message on December 9th addressing students under 16. He said the new law is intended to protect their well-being, urging them to take a break from algorithms, endless feeds, and the pressures of social media.
Hi there, students. It's the Prime Minister here, and I want to speak to you directly about something very important. From December 10, if you're under 16, you're no longer allowed to have a social media account. You'll know better than anyone what it's like growing up with algorithms, endless feeds, and the pressure that can come with that. That's why we've taken this step to support you. If you have questions, by all means, reach out. Talk to your parents, your teachers, and your friends. And if you feel like you need more support, Headspace and Kids Helpline is there to assist. Above all, make the most of the school holidays coming up, rather than spending it scrolling on your phone. Start a new sport, learn a new instrument, or read that book that has been sitting there on your shelf for some time. And importantly, spend quality time with your friends and your family, face to face. Have a great summer.
The new law, passed by Parliament in 2024, aims to protect children from harmful online content and addictive algorithms, while also curbing cyberbullying, grooming, and related risks, in light of rising suicide and self-harm rates among Gen Z Australians. A 2025 study found that 96% of children aged 10 to 15 used social media, and 7 in 10 said they'd seen harmful content like violent, misogynistic, or self-harm promoting posts. About 1 in 7 reported grooming-type behavior from adults or older children, while over half experienced cyberbullying. Australia's e-safety chief, Julie Inman-Grant, said that if tech firms won't protect kids, Australia will, calling the law a firm stand prioritizing safety over technological exceptionalism.
Well, this is Australia calling time on social media and the deceptive and harmful design features tethering our children to their platforms, gamifying it through endless scroll and snap streaks and autoplay, sending them down dangerous rabbit holes. You know, it's built into the system to keep stickiness through outragement. So the reason the Andrew Tates of the world and the online misogynists are getting so much traction is because the system is built to promote that kind of outrage. We have young Australians who have literally taken their lives as a result of accessing these platforms. So when their lawyer yells back at us about, do you know about free speech? Well, do you know that we actually have laws, and we expect any company that is providing services in Australia to abide with our laws. And so that's another thing that's very interesting to me, this whole concept of technological exceptionalism. There is no other consumer-facing industry in the world where we don't expect them to make sure that there are safety standards. Nothing that we do here in Australia undermines the freedom of speech of Americans, while the tech giants are extracting our citizens' data and commodifying our kids, and which is why we have these expectations of safety. Nothing that we do here prevents American platforms from showing anything they want. And this is where I hear from the parents and the activists and everyday people in America. We wish we had an e-safety commissioner like you in America. We wish we had a government that was going to put tween and teen safety before technology profits.
Under 16s in Australia are barred from having accounts on these 10 platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, TikTok, X, YouTube, Reddit, Kick, and Twitch. Exempted platforms for now include Discord, WhatsApp, YouTube Kids, Google Classroom, gaming services such as Roblox, and other non-social media or education-focused apps. The government defines an age-restricted social media platform as any service that meets the following conditions. 1. Whether its sole or a significant purpose is to enable online social interaction between two or more users. 2. Whether it allows users to interact or link with some or all other users. 3. Whether it permits users to post content on the service. Children and parents won't be punished under the ban. Instead, social media companies can be fined up to 49.5 million Australian dollars for serious or repeated violations. Platforms must take reasonable steps to block under 16s, using age checks such as government ID, face or voice recognition, or age inference based on behavior. Meta, Instagram, and Threads began deactivating teen accounts from December 4th, ahead of the law going into effect. About 200,000 TikTok accounts have already been shut down, the government said, with many more expected to be deactivated in the coming days. But are Australian kids under 16 okay with the ban? The answer is no. Teens call the social media ban pointless, expect workarounds in future.
It's just kind of like pointless. Like, it's just like, we're just going to create like new ways to get on these platforms. So, like, what's the point, you know? I feel like it's kind of unfair because they do give us like a really short notice to prepare and all that. And I feel like, I feel like it should be like maybe like 14 or 15 have an exception because they can like start to get a job and start to get like their learner's permit and stuff. And I feel like, yeah, that's kind of unfair that they can't use their socials.
I kind of see where they're coming from, but also I think if you can get a job at 14, if you can take care of someone's kid, like do babysitting and stuff, I think you should be able to have social media and have the government like trust you on it. I think they will just use their phones on different apps. Like, you can still watch Netflix, you can still go on Pinterest, like you can do a lot more different things on similar kind of apps. But yeah, maybe it will make people go outside more, but not really.
There are mixed opinions about the bans among the grown-up Australians and parents about the ban.
We'd always regulated media in the public interest, and I think what the government's trying to do is to return some of the public interest. That's a good thing because, as I say, there have been harms. It's come internationally, it's come from other places. I think looking at questions around social media from an Australian perspective is a really good idea.
I don't think bans tend to work. When it's a blanket decision, it doesn't take into account the nuance and the variables and people's individual situations. And frankly, people tend to find a way around bans if they really want to. So I don't think it's going to achieve what it's set out to achieve.
Some fear age verification tech may wrongly block adults while still missing under 16s. A government trial found facial assessment tools are least reliable around teenage years. Error margins of 2 to 3 years are common, meaning 16 to 17-year-olds could get misclassified. Critics also question whether the fines up to 49.5 million Australian dollars are meaningful and argue the ban's limited scope, excluding gaming sites, dating apps, AI chatbots, undermines its effectiveness. Some believe education on safe social media use would deliver better long-term protection than sweeping age-based restrictions. Although the social media ban got mixed reactions from parents, teens, and critics, the Australian PM thinks otherwise. During an address, he called it world-leading and a proud day to be an Australian. He further added that this reform will change lives for Australian kids and allow them to just have their childhood.
This is a day in which my pride to be Prime Minister of Australia has never been greater. This is world-leading. This is Australia showing enough is enough. And the world, including through, I note, some leading media, global organisations who are here, just to confirm, is watching and is following. But Australia is leading. And it's leading not because of actions of my government. It is leading because of some of the heroes who are behind me and who are joining us here today. Australians who've lost a son or a daughter. Australians who have seen the direct impact of social media causing social harm for their families, for their communities. People who have had the courage to take what is a personal tragedy and turn that into a commitment and determination that others who will follow will not go through the traumatic experience that they have. This is indeed a proud day to be Australian, because make no mistake, this reform will change lives for Australian kids and allowing them to just have their childhood, for Australian parents, enabling them to have greater peace of mind, but also for the global community who are looking at Australia and saying, well, if Australia can do it, why can't we? This will make an enormous difference. It is one of the biggest social and cultural changes that our nation has faced. It's a profound reform which will continue to reverberate around the world in coming months to assist not just this generation but generations to come. It is about our families taking back control. Technology can have an amazing impact on making our life easier. But it is important as technology develops that humans keep control, that we assert our authority as a society and to back families and to say that enough is enough. We will take back control. We will control the impact that this is having.